Just when I thought this case couldn't get any freaking weirder, it just did. Now, this is Mica Miller. You guys probably have heard of this story about her being found deceased in River State Park. Her body was discovered in the waters after a gunshot wound, and the investigation led by the Robinson County Sheriff's Office shedding light on the events and releasing new images of Mica doing things that now kind of lead into the idea that, yes, this might have been done by Mica, and she carried out this, tragic thing of unaliving herself, which anybody who's dealing with mental health, please go get help. There is a helpline for people who are feeling suicidal or having any kind of feelings of depression. Now, I did this video just the other day talking about my points of view, and I never really assumed that he'd done anything, but I did assume that we need to be careful following certain types of people. Just because they are heads of a church does not mean they are good people. Now I want to play you just the clip or the sound of Mica Miller's 911 phone call, and I will speed it up a little bit because it's kind of slow and laggy.
I have my location on, I think, on my phone. Just did my location.
Okay, I'm showing up in Robinson County.
Yeah, that's where I am. I'm about to kill myself, and I just want my family to know where to find me.
Okay, ma'am. Just listen to what I'm saying, okay? Let me make sure I got the exact location where you're at, okay? Just 1 minute.
So the police also revealed that, she went to a Dick's Sporting Goods store. And look, this is her vehicle. She's walked in on her own accord. It doesn't seem like there's somebody with her coercing her to go in there. There's no image of anybody else. She did this on her own accord. And this is why I think this investigation is interesting, because you have people still, and I'm not going to say it as a negative, because this is under investigation, but there's people, in comments section, if you read it, that saying, she was being forced to make that phone call. What if somebody was telling her, if you don't make this phone call, you're going to be offed right here, blah, 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 blah. We don't know, but she's clearly alone here. At any point she could have, I would assume, if you're standing at a desk, you could say, hey, I need a little help. My husband is forcing me to make phone calls to 911. I don't know what to do. I need help. The police is there for things like this. And so this is really interesting because it says before her tragic demise, and this 911 call hinted at her intention, leading authorities to the park where her vehicle and belongings were found. Eyewitness accounts and evidence paint a somber picture indicating a deliberate decision on her part. Despite swirling rumors and speculations, the investigation points to a culmination of circumstances in Miller's life, including her separation from Pastor Miller, which tragically culminated in her untimely passing. And through this video, we extend our deepest condolences to her family and friends of Mica Miller. While seeking to provide clarity amidst the speculation surrounding her death. Join us as we navigate through the poignant details and honor her memory with the dignity and respect it deserves. And as I said, she was entangled with a relationship with this man that was disgusting. I saw a video just the other day on TikTok of a waitress saying that Mica Miller's husband, John Paul Miller, who's a pastor, might I remind you guys, shared text messages between her and the pastor and said that he was a disgusting person. He was trying to flirt with her, and he's clearly married. I can show you guys that image. Look at this. thread. I mean, this is just one person. Obviously, this man could be doing other things. Hey, what you doing? Working. I'm training in the bar. Nice. Maybe I'll stop in later. Send me a pic. She says, the woman pictured here, by this weekend, I'll be able to make you an old fashioned. He said, nice. I have to hide to use my phone, so I can't take a selfie at the bar. Laugh out loud. No phones in front of customers. Send one that you got. Smiley face. I mean, this guy clearly is he's not a good man. He's definitely not. But that's not the question at hand. The question at hand is, did he murder his wife? I mean, I hate to say it that way, but that's really what is the bottom line here. I don't know what you guys think about this situation, but for me, the only takeaway for me when I see situations like this is people who are, in my opinion, they are trapped. You know, she probably had a lifestyle and a way of living that she was happy with. And when she realized marriage was dissolving and things had really hit rock bottom for them, I think she became hopeless and felt lost because this was her everything. You know, keep in mind, this man knew her since she was 14 years old. And I think a lot of people forget that. I think it's important too, as another piece of evidence, is that there was a fisherman that found Mica's body, and
I just kept hearing the cry.
Was it down here, or was it when you got in there?
It was when I got inside of the lake. Yeah.
You heard a faint cry.
Heard a faint cry. Heard it for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Then I stopped. I heard a gunshot. Then and then the crying stopped. And I said to myself, "Oh my God, I hope that's not what I think's happened."
so as you heard there, the man was basically describing that he heard a faint crying. He found her belongings, and that's how he knew and identified her as Mica Miller. Now, of course, he must have been frightened out of his mind, considering the police are there saying, how do you know her? You know, I've been like immediately like, this is why I don't get involved in shit. I stay to myself because you do not want to get caught up. But I mean, it's tragic. And I think for me, like I said, it's this idea and this concept that people have that these faith leaders are holier than thou. And I'm going to give you a story about this real fast. There was a guy I dated that he was an aspiring pastor, wanted to be a pastor. And one of the things that caught me off guard was look, I'm going to tell you right now, if a guy has God or Christ or spiritual warrior or any of that stuff in his hashtag or title, like, you know, if you're on Tinder, Match, any of these dating things, you know how you have your little idea, like your title of who you are, like whatever you're looking for. You might put your real name. Some people don't. But run for the hills, ladies. Run for the hills. These guys are pieces of shit. Anytime anyone has to use God, you know, the people that go out and they run around preaching, preachy. I am terrified of people like that, because I feel like if you're a God-fearing person, you don't need to cram it down our faces 24/7. You will just act accordingly. And let me just finish by saying even though he matched with me and we were in a relationship at this point, he still had, and this is why I broke up with him, still had an account open on the matchmaking site. And I found it one day. I was like, why are you still on this matchmaking site when we're already a couple? We're pretty much at this point deciding if we want to move in together, because he had children. And you're sitting here still on this. Am I a place card holder for you? I immediately took my things and left that relationship when I discovered that. And I'm telling you, they are the first ones to preach goodness and faith and love and all this bull crap. And they're the worst kind of people you will ever meet, because they are such liars. So, you know, poor Mica Miller, she got caught up with a narcissist, in my opinion. She got caught up with a man that's all about himself. And I think at the end of the day, all of us in society, when we have relationships that are this tumultuous, right? Where you hear there's all sorts of rumors about this man that I don't want to get into. Gross, disgusting rumors. But at the end of the day, it's between the two people that are in that relationship. Have a great day, and remember to think for yourself.